Hello, my name is Lauren, and welcome to my Know by Year, the Redux. Okay, hopefully I'm using the mic for the first time. It syncs up like perfectly with the camera, so that's amazing. I should really use it more. Okay, so hello. If you're new here, which odds are you probably are, my name is Lauren. A little bit about me. I'm 42. I have 3 cats. Odds are you will see or hear them during the course of these videos. One of them, Pippa, has already been like yelling at me from down the hallway. So I apologize in advance, but they're super cute. I don't have this scripted, so if it seems a little rambly, I'm sorry. I do have notes to try to keep me like on track and on point. Also, this may seem a little bit familiar to you, especially the intro, because I am a big fan of Louise Poston. I've been watching her for years, and I've got a plan to do a separate video for people, channels, websites, stuff that I use that have inspired me, that are helping to keep me accountable, that have given me ideas and thoughts and things that have like really affected me over the years. So I'm not going to go like super deep into Hannah and her channel, but in 2018 she did a Know by Year. I came across her channel probably 2019, end of 2019. I think it was when I broke my foot and I was at home and I was just watching her channel. And it was the beginning of 2020, faithful year. It was the beginning of 2020 when I decided to try my first Know by Year, and it didn't really work. It didn't last very long, which is why I'm calling this the Redux, because I have tried this a few times. And here I am trying it again. I will say that I don't think there's anything wrong with trying, and especially nothing wrong with completing, doing a no buy, low spend, project pan, whatever kind of challenge that you set for yourself, and failing. I've put this off partly because it's going to be painful, and I know that, but also partly because if anybody is seeing this that did manage to see one of my older videos that I think I've either privated or like taken off of the channel, I felt some sort of embarrassment, I guess, over having to do it again. Like, I would love to be able to do this once and never have to do it again. And then it occurred to me recently, I've been rewatching a lot of Hannah's videos, channels, and other channels. And especially with Hannah, it's been years that she's had a channel now, since 2018. And she had the no buy, and then she had a beauty budget. And then over the course of the years, she would have low spends. She might have a no buy month. She might have another little project. She had another year where it was fewer, nicer things. She's had several other not full buy. In one of her videos from like 22 or 23, she even thought about doing another no buy year. And it got me thinking, she said a lot of things at the end of her no buy, at the end of 2018. And it sounded like and into 2020. And then when she was doing like another, should you do a no buy in 2022? It seems like it's an issue. She felt at the times that she was recording a lot of those videos that she had been changed. She had been forever changed, and I think she probably has. But consumerism and shopping and capitalism, it has this insidious, I'm sorry, let me put this little lipstick down. It has this insidious aspect to it. It creeps up on you. It crawls on you. Even when you think you've gotten a hold on it, something new pops up and it shifts, and maybe you start diving back in, and then you slowly start getting back into the issue. You think, I'm going to use a lot of terms that are similar to like addiction to drugs and alcohol and things like that, because there probably is an addictive aspect to this. You think you're okay. You think you can have one drink. You think you can go into Sephora and just browse. You think you can just buy one lipstick and then you walk out with 4. Or you do buy the one lipstick that one time and then you think, that was easy. I can do this. So you go back again. And then maybe you don't buy anything, but then maybe you do. And then maybe you go back again. And then maybe it becomes every weekend. And then you're back where you started. Even Hannah wasn't immune. And she's not some magical creature. She may seem like it sometimes, but she's not some magical creature. She doesn't have the key to this problem. It seems like it's a thing that you need to maintain. So that took some of the pressure off of me thinking, well, I have tried this and I'll last a couple of months, right? I can only last a couple of months. And then I fall off the wagon. There's that language again. I fall off the wagon. I'm hopeful that I can do this year. I'm hopeful that I can get through it and I don't know, be changed enough that this isn't such an issue for me, that maybe I can be more like Hannah or like Shawna Ripari. So I hope that I can be changed, but I'm nervous. So I want to go through why, similar to Hannah's first video ever. Why am I doing this? Why am I putting it on YouTube? Much like she also did. How I plan on doing it, and we'll go from there. So I hope you've got some coffee. Odds are you're gonna need it. I'm sure I am. This is decaf. I've already had my coffee for the day. So let's get going. My camera just shut off for no reason. I don't know what that was about. I like writing. I thought about doing a blog back in 2011, 2012. That was when I rediscovered makeup and I got into beauty YouTube, and I had my own like makeup channel where I was buying makeup and reviewing it and like doing makeup tutorials, eyeshadow tutorials, that kind of thing. I went to film school. I love YouTube. And while this isn't film, I'm not making cinema here. I'm not making a movie. It is nice to tap back into that old self again, the one that edits and creates videos and thinks about structure, like all of that stuff, the creative side. It is nice to get back into that again. So why? Why am I doing this at all? First, the easy stuff, finances. I have medical student loans, okay? I went to med school and I have a little bit left over from college plus med school thanks to ballooning interest. It has grown. And so I've been working for since maybe 2018, 2019 on paying off debt. I have paid off credit cards. My couch had been financed. I paid off a car and then I ended up getting a new one and I recently paid that off. I have solar panels right now on my townhouse. I would really like to pay those off. I have one credit card with stuff on it. That's a cruise in January. I need to pay that off. Since the new administration has passed some laws and they're making some changes to the student loan situation in the United States, I now have to make payments again. Those payments now are almost double what they were before. And I haven't made payments in a long time. And not making payments gave me a nice cushion every month. But now that I am paying over $2,000 a month in student loans, that's more than my mortgage and my home insurance combined, by the way. I am feeling the pinch. And because I'm feeling the pinch, it's causing some anxiety. And I've had issues with anxiety with finances before. There was a time in my life where I was struggling. I paid my rent. I paid my power. I paid my bills, but that was it. Other than feeding my cat and ramen and cereal and peanut butter sandwiches, like I really didn't have a lot for myself. So I have had, as a kid, every and anything that I wanted. And then living on my own as an adult, nothing. And then I went to college and then medical school. And then I've had a little bit of money, and I let lifestyle creep happen. And I didn't know anything about personal finance. Nothing. We didn't talk about it growing up. It wasn't talked about in my family. I knew nothing until I started going out and finding it for myself. And so on a deeper level, I don't want this anxiety around money anymore. I can go and buy groceries and not have to check my paycheck. Not have to check my checking account. But I've noticed that over the last couple of months, since I've had to have these really big student loan payments, I've been scared to look at my bank account. I don't like that. And a big thing that that money used to go towards, besides trips to Disney, is makeup and books and occasionally clothes. And I might 1 month, for some unknown reason, decide that I want a new purse, and that purse becomes a new purse and a new wallet. And then, oh, while I'm here, I really like this necklace and these earrings. And it got a little out of control. And I'm not a control freak, but I want to have more control. I've never been able to discipline myself. It's either feast or famine. It's either I can have every and anything that I want at all times, or I can have nothing. And I've never been able to find a way to live in the middle. I don't know how to do that. I would like to know how to do that. So, unless there was something like, unless I was paying off the car, like once in a while, I might be able to come across like a month or two where I'm able to like buckle down, and I don't know. I've tried no buys before. It's only lasted 2 months, maybe sometime into the third month, and then it's like I forget. And when I filmed this earlier, I realized when I was a kid, I got pretty much any and everything that I wanted whenever I wanted, except Christmas. So if I started wanting stuff in October, November, I would have to wait until Christmas, a month or two. And then after Christmas, it was my birthday. My birthday is almost exactly 1 month after Christmas. It's no wonder, like in my life, other than like a car, something, or a house, something big, if I wanted something, I would just get it, you know? And also something else that I've had since I was a kid is Saturday. I now have Saturday. My Friday is actually my Saturday. I don't work Fridays. I work Sundays through Thursdays. Friday feels like Saturday, and that means that I have an itch to shop, because that's what we did. Every Saturday when I was a kid, Mom and I would, unless I was with my dad, Mom and I would get up, get ready, clean the house. By around lunchtime, we'd go out, probably to Olive Garden, go to a movie, or go shopping, or both. And that was what we did every Saturday. And now, my Saturdays on Fridays, I don't know what to do with myself, because shopping was my hobby. It's what my body is conditioned. It is conditioned. I get antsy. I get itchy. I get twitchy. If I don't know what to do, I'm like, well, I'm going to get ready. And then as soon as I start getting ready, I'm like, ooh, I think of something, some book, some lipstick, something that I might want to go out and get. And then I do. And then while I'm at Sephora, well, right around the corner is Barnes & Noble. I'll go to Barnes & Noble. And then I'll go to my favorite bookstore. And then it just turns into a thing. It becomes a whole thing. Consumerism has done this to me. I was a voracious reader, and I'm rediscovering that, but I was a voracious reader. And I loved watching movies, and I still do, but I would draw, and I would play and dream, and I don't really do that. Now I shop, and I'm being a little harsh on myself. I do some things, but that's how it feels. That's how it feels. And I go on Disney trips. I also go on Disney trips, and I buy stuff when I'm at Disney, which is also part of the problem. I want to be able to do all of that. I want to be able to tell myself no, and to do that. I want to set a goal. I want to set boundaries for myself and be able to hold on to it. I will tell people, if I say I'll do something, I will do it for them, but not for me. Why can't I hold myself to that standard? Why can't I do that? Like the bigger picture is to work on those things. What am I allowed to buy? Experiences, food, anything health related, stuff for the cats, As far as clothing goes, clothing comes and goes in spurts. Sometimes I won't buy anything for months. Sometimes I'll just go on a bender and buy like any and everything I want for a weekend, and then I won't do it again for months. Clothing is very hit or miss. If I gain weight, lose weight, my clothes don't fit, it's okay to buy new clothes. I'm not going to wear pants that are 2 or 3 sizes too big, The Project Pan portion is really going to be focusing on the skincare. Oh, stationery. I need to remind myself. Stationery. The Project Pan is going to be focusing on skincare. Soaps. I have so many soaps. Soaps, shower gels, hair care, which I don't have for some reason. For someone who really doesn't use hair products, I have a lot of it. Lotions, body oils, perfumes. I'll go ahead and include perfume because it goes on the body. That stuff I really want to pan and use up. And I've been making my way. Over the last few months, I've been using up I've used up 2 or 3 bottles of perfume. Some of those were full. They were brand new full bottles. I used one over the summer. I had like a summer signature scent and I used the bottle. I'm working my way through, I have a lot of like mini soaps from Sparta Candle Company, like the Taylor Swift ones. I'm working my way through all the little mini soaps. Every time I go to Disney and I stay at a resort, you get a soap. I have to tell myself I don't have to take the soap with me every time. And it's okay to leave them behind. But for some reason, I love to take all of the stuff from hotels and bring it home. So I have a massive small collection of Disney soaps. So I'm also using those. And I've got some normal sized like bars of soap. And I have been working my way through the shower gel. I think I'm finally on my last one. I have this shower jelly from Lush. I hate those, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm slowly making my way through all of that stuff. Occasionally over the summer, a new lotion might come out or body cream might come out at Trader Joe's and I'll buy that. And I've used it up. And so it's gone into my Project Pan, which I have put pictures on the subreddit for Project Pan. I also have a fountain pen. I love stationery. I have a lot of fountain pens. Here's one. This is my oldest one from the 1920s. And I have a lot of ink. Here is a bottle. This is from Tom's studio. Whenever you get a pen from him, and I got his advent calendar. It just arrived yesterday. Anytime you get a pen, you get like a little bottle of, camera. You get a little bottle of ink. You would be shocked to know how long it takes to use up even one of these. Never mind the bottles that I have that are this size. So I'm good. I have ink in every color. Some have glitter. Some are scented, believe it or not. Some will sheen and shine depending on the paper and the way the light hits it. It might start green and then it'll look red. Love stationery. If I run out of cards, if I run out of, I have a few people that I might write letters to, then I'm allowed to buy paper. Paper doesn't, other than notebooks and planners, paper isn't a big problem. And the fountain pens, at this point, I've seemed to have gotten that under control. I have a lot of pens. I don't have any more room for pens. And I've actually gone through and I have set a bunch of pens and ink aside. I actually sold some ink aside. So another part of the year is I want to go through my stuff and like declutter and sell stuff. I've got a bunch of bags, Disney like Loungefly type of bags that are set aside that I don't use and I don't really have room to store them. They're in a closet, but I don't like the way they're in the closet. And so I want to get rid of them. I'm not using them. I'd rather them go to somebody who will use them and who will love them. And right now it's not me. That's just not me. And that will even help out with the finances. All of that money can go towards paying off my cruise and go towards, helping to pay off the solar panels and making sure that I can feed my cats. I will always feed my cats. That will never be a problem. I will always feed my cats. My big problem area is makeup, especially lipstick. Lipstick gets me. I like red. I love red lipstick and I love nude lipstick and I am a sucker. Oh boy, I am a sucker for Tom Ford lip gloss and his lipsticks. This formula is fantastic. I'm also a sucker for limited edition. Anything that is FOMO inducing. Yeah, I'm going to want to buy it. Case in point. this compact. This is from Besame, and I'm not going to try to sell you guys on makeup, so please, you can buy this right now. This is from Besame. Here's what the inside looks like. I decided to get a face powder. The nice thing about this is that it is refillable, and the other nice thing about it is that I do like the face powder. It's beautiful to look at. It's heavy. It's metal. It's unique. This was a Halloween thing. It's unique. I got recently, I just saw on Reddit another brand new compact, and I got it because it's pink. It's pink and it's gold and it has a giant snake, and as soon as I saw it, I thought Taylor Swift Reputation. It's my favorite album. I have a tattoo of it. I instantly got it. I need to be able to not be so impulsive. I need to be able to resist. I need to be able to save. I need to realize that it's limited edition. I think people, and I feel like this comes out maybe every year, there are different iterations of this. Stuff like this gets resold. Stuff like the other compact will get resold. I can probably find it online at a later date. I don't have to do it now. But I feel like I have to do it now. And that's all marketing. That's all marketing. It's all consumerism. It's all capitalism. It's done this to me. There's a video from Cinzia Dubois, one of her no-buy videos from years ago. And she said in it, this line is stuck with me. She said in it, I'm paraphrasing here, look at what consumerism has done to you. Look at what it has reduced you to. You who used to be full of life, who used to go outside and do things and explore and paint and play, and now you just shop. It has turned you into a thing that buys. I consume a lot of YouTube. I consume a lot of makeup. Well, I buy a lot of makeup. I don't consume it in the fact that I don't get to use all of it because I'm moving on to the next thing and I don't really appreciate what I have. Another reason why I'm doing the no buy, I want to gain better appreciation for the things that I do have already instead of always looking for the next best thing. But I consume a lot of YouTube. Most of what I watch is YouTube. I do have, for now, until it expires, the Disney Plus. I have Netflix again until that expires. I have other stuff, and I just go to YouTube and I will watch it for hours. I don't create. I don't challenge myself. And so my Fridays, which were always shopping day, and movie day, which I'm fine with keeping it a movie day, are now going to be more focused on creating than consuming. And so I'll probably make videos. If you want to see like all of the makeup stuff that I own, then I can make a video about that. I kind of want to make one, if nothing else, about all of the lip products that I have. Because it has become, as I've been trying to use up my lip balms, it's become clear to me just how long it takes up to use stuff. Lip balms are easier for me to use up, and I have used lots of lip balms completely up before. I work from home now. I work from home during the week, and so I've been doing that since like the end of 2020. I don't wear makeup during the week, and so I have so much makeup. I buy new makeup for 2 days a week when I already have enough. I probably have enough that if it didn't expire could last forever at the rate that I'm using it. I do want to use what I have. I want to better appreciate what I have. I want to better know what I like, what works for me. I'm not going to make myself Project Pan. Here's another lipstick. I'm not going to make myself Project Pan every single lipstick that I have. If I use up a lipstick, I already find myself wanting to buy the full size of this. If I use up a lipstick that I love, I am okay with replacing it. If I end up using this thing up and I end up falling in love with this lipstick, I'm okay with repurchasing it. But I know I'm not going to use up all of my lipsticks that I currently own. I know that I don't love all of the lipsticks that I currently own. I happen to know that because I've already been testing my reds out, and I found a matte red lipstick from Gucci. The color's great. It's too drying. I don't like how drying it is, and I hate that I spent all of that money on that lipstick and I don't love it. I want to love the things that I have. Some of them I do. Some of them I imagine that I will love and I don't. Some of them I become obsessed with in the moment, and then I learn, oh, actually no. This is a long video. And so that's the plan. I can go into more specific detail about the nitty-gritty stuff, like with the rules specifically. Like, I do have some exceptions. I do collect some pins from Disney. I have a trip coming up at the end of the month. On the 30th, I'm going down to Disney World. So I'm going to be there for Christmas, for the Christmas parties. And so I'm formulating a plan for how I'm going to handle that. And my cruise, birthday cruise in January, I'm also formulating a plan for how I'm going to handle that. These are like the cruise, I do one every 2 or 3 years. Like, this is not something I do all the time, and I do want to enjoy myself, but I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff either. So I can make videos on how I'm thinking of handling those situations. I also realize that this thing is going to be starting on December 1st, and I'm going to be at Disney on December 1st. And I know that it's going to be tough. I'm going to use language, like addictive language. I may fall off the wagon. I want to prove to myself. I tell myself that I'm not someone who can do this. I tell myself that I'm not the kind of person, because I've never been before. I'm not the kind of person who can do a no-buy for a year. I'm not the kind of person who can set boundaries for herself for a year around shopping and keep them. And I want to prove myself wrong. I want to do this. I want to stick to it. I'm afraid to even give myself leeway and say, and I hope I do, because hope means that I admit that I may fail at it. And some of you may think that not allowing myself to fail is too harsh, and I've given myself. I have that exact same conversation in my head, it's okay to fail, getting back up and doing it again. Even Hannah, if you watch all of her videos, shopping seems to be an issue that she has dealt with even since 2018 when she did her no-buy year. It has still popped up. She has still had months where she does a no-buy or a low-buy, or a year where she sets a budget, or a year where she focuses on fewer nicer things, but then that doesn't last the whole year. And she is constantly, it seems like you really need to be vigilant about something like this, which sounds exhausting. Sometimes you just want to let go and you just want to have fun. But I have been letting go and having fun and not being vigilant for so long that I am now surrounded by stuff and I am overwhelmed by it. And I don't want to be anymore. And I want to prove to myself that I can be another person. And I don't know who I'll be at the end of this. I don't know. I've never met her. I don't know the kind of person I can be. And they always say if you want different outcomes, you have to take different actions. I have to do something different in order to be something different, to be someone different. And it's going to suck. I know it's going to suck. I've seen videos. It's going to be hard. And knowing 3 months in, 2 months in, I'm going to see something. I'm going to see something and I'm going to think that is gorgeous. I would really love to have that. And I'm going to have to tell myself no. And I'm going to have to stick to that. And already just even thinking about that is making me like, but it's fine. It'll be fine. So right now, November has been like a soft no-buy. It's been my dry run to identify stuff, places, things that have been tempting, that have caused issues. Resale sites, I deleted the app Mercari. I'm waiting on one thing, a little Eeyore plush. I'm waiting on an Eeyore plush to come in. And then I've deleted the Mercari app. I took time this morning and deleted my credit cards from the shop app, from Sephora. I want to say I deleted them from somewhere else. And I know that there are going to be places that I'm going to try to buy something from later. And then I'll see that my card is there and I'll have to delete all of my credit card info from that site. So, and I've deleted the Sephora app. Ulta may have some stuff saved. I don't have the Ulta app. It's not, for whatever reason, Ulta is not my go-to place. It's been Sephora. So I don't think Ulta will be a problem. If it is, I will be making a video and I will be telling you all about it. I hope you stick around. If you have any ideas of things that you would like to see, like to know more about, I've got a little notebook here that I've got notes in. I've got some ideas, videos like monthly check-ins, channels and resources that have inspired me, that I recommend, books that I've read, finance books that I recommend. Hannah did a really good video on poisonous language that was absolutely fascinating, that I didn't watch years ago, and I watched it this time. So, and I've been thinking about other language. I was watching another video today from the Financial Diet, and she was also, her guest was also talking about language. And that's definitely a video that I would really like to make if you want, I don't know, further, like my history in shopping. If you want any further info about that, my habits, things like that, places I like to go, we can do that. I don't know why you would. I feel like I've covered most of it here. Yeah, if there are any videos, topics that you think, oh, my collection. I do want to do a video. I may have mentioned this earlier. I don't remember. I do want to make a video of the collection of stuff, maybe take some pictures of the stuff that I have now. At one point, a few months ago, I wrote down an entire list of everything, all of the makeup that I owned. And I have bought more. I have bought more since then. So I could do that. Maybe make a video about things that tempt me to buy. Like Hannah, I bought her Salt New York quad. Why? 1, because I think it will work on my skin, my fair skin. 2, I like Hannah. 3, I like women-owned businesses. 4, I want to support small businesses. You know, there are all of these reasons. There are reasons to buy things. You can always find a reason to buy a thing. I need a bigger reason to not buy it. And I need to prove to myself that I can not buy it. I have rambled enough, and hopefully I don't have to do too much editing to this video. And I now have to go to a book club. Oh, I didn't... Books. That's another category. This video was long enough. I'm not going to go into books. Maybe I'll save books for like a separate video. So I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.